Well, good afternoon, everybody. A little windy over here. Hopefully you can hear me well. I've got a topic for us today. It's TikTok. It came up in the news here in Taiwan. It's always in the news. So I did a bit of a deep dive into it, and I'll tell you what I found out. Basically, the news here that came up in Taiwan was, should they ban it? You know, some lawmakers are saying to ban it, and obviously the opposition, as it is in the States, is saying the same thing. And one side says it's freedoms and other companies do it too. That's the general argument that you keep hearing. But after looking at some data, I don't know, maybe for Taiwan, my opinion, I'm not saying it should be, but maybe. What have I found out? Like, a lot of people, am I on a dead end here? Yeah, I'm on a dead end. We're gonna walk back a bit. A lot of people that I know, they use it and they say, oh, whatever, you know, it's harmless, but let's take a quick look here. Now, somebody inside of Bitbiter, whatever, the parent company, came out and said that, yeah, they are collecting data for political purposes. That's sort of something to note, Taiwan being in a strange situation with China. But here you go. If you didn't know, I'll tell you what sort of I found off the net on just a quick Google search. You can find the same things. Here's what they're collecting. Your email, phone number, date of birth. Well, that can be scrubbed. Whoever enters their, proper one anyway. You know what I mean? So you can get around that. Profile information, photos and videos. You have to accept it to use it. So it's going to have all that information. Most companies have that already. What else do we got? Well, here's where it gets interesting. They also collect device information, keystroke patterns. That's a keylogger. So basically anything you input, if you've got TikTok installed, it's going to know everything that you're entering onto your keyboard, which would be passwords and everything like that. Quick and easy to get into any other accounts that you may have. Location, SIM address, app activity, phone contact list, browser and search history. Yeah, it'll know what you're searching for. Wow. Any text, images, and video that's on your device's clipboard, which could be easily accessed right into your gallery, and biometric information, and information from other social media accounts. So essentially, if you do a bit of a deep dive, it's collecting everything. Now, why is that dangerous? Well, it will curate its content for the users, and content is what can sway opinion. Now, sure, you can say Facebook, Instagram, they're all doing it too, but I mean, do you remember that nursery rhyme? What is it? Little Red Riding Hood? What did that try to teach us? Don't trust strangers. Well, when you know it's not a stranger, but it is the actual wolf in sheep's clothing, if you think of it in terms especially of Taiwan, I can see a very powerful argument for this to be actually banned here. Now, the most important reason to ban it, if that is what they should do or could do, is it just sucks. I just ban it for that. It just sucks. But, you can't ban things because you don't like them, right? Whatever. So I'm not saying they should ban it, but when you start looking into it and what it can possibly do, a lot of people just give away stuff and say, oh, whatever, they're all doing it. But it's that attitude that gets a lot of people into trouble, hot water, that sort of thing. My opinion, as I'm not going to use the damn thing, I don't need it. I don't need to do know that English. Don't need to do any snake dance thing in front of a whatever. But it's interesting. What are your opinions on this? What do you think? Is it like your right to choose on this, but is there much more to it? I mean, it does collect everything. Now, if it's collecting just the keylogger itself, which means it can see your keystrokes, it's got everything just on that point alone, not even regarding the other things. Where am I going here? Where do you want to go? Well, let's go this way. This way looks more interesting. Little market out here. So I think a lot of people, they hear about this and they think, oh, whatever, it's just the latest political thing. But to be totally honest, you're a damn open book if you install it on any of your devices. And the Chinese government can apparently watch everything you do. and theoretically get into all your accounts, just everything. It's an open book from their end of things. What is that? So the bird. So I'll leave it at that. Quick walk. I'm just going up to the store up here. I'll cut you off, but it's got me thinking. I'm going to do a bit more research on it, but I just won't be using it anyway, so it doesn't really matter to me. But does it matter to a country? Especially a place like this place, Taiwan, even more so than the United States. I mean, their intent to do and take over this country. You might want to ban the surveillance app that everybody has installed on their phone. That might be an obvious security risk, I think. It's almost like a joke how it can't be a security risk if you argue from that standpoint. And I honestly feel the people that might give me blowback on my opinion, and I'm hopefully entitled to have an opinion, you can have a different one, that's okay, is that they don't understand the power that these things actually can control over a population in terms of influence. I mean, young people are heavily influenced, obviously, and they won't be shown certain things. They'll get certain points of view will be pushed. And it'll also have a finger on the pulse of what people are thinking in a certain country. Soft power, that sort of thing. Could be a generational sort of change, you know? You know how young people are nowadays, don't you? They're doing snake dances, that's what they're doing. Anyways, I keep saying anyways, I'm gonna stop doing that in my videos. Again, this channel is for me to experiment, and I learn something every day. Today, in the next video, I'll try not to say anyways so much. All right, take it easy. I gotta work as usual, blah, blah, blah. Family Mart's my savior for a coffee and maybe a sandwich. Bye-bye.